Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I channel the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 16th until the 22nd of November. And I'm having this giant mic, and I kind of feel like a rock star, which feeds my Leo ego, honestly. I love this. I know it's, in the same way, it's not really a nice view, but if there's one thing that I do enjoy, it's high quality sound. And, that was definitely not the fact. These last forecasts, I had lost my microphone, my Rode Vid Micro Pro, and I bought it again together with this microphone. This one has a completely different purpose, but it's not working still. So it's like, okay, I surrender. Okay, so you're gonna have to do it with this. And I honestly enjoy, so whatever. Anyway, so how was the week for you? We had Mars going direct, we had the new moon in Scorpio, we had all this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, and then, oh my God, just Mercury going back into Scorpio on the 11th of November. Like I said, it was intense. It was the most intense week of the whole year, and intense can take on many forms, and for me at least, it was a very beautiful week. Intense, but beautiful, So curious to hear, how was your week, This week is going to be a little bit less intense. Just checking if this is still recording because, this week, we're really going to back up again a little, take a little bit of space and breathe, because all of, Mercury is coming out of shadow periods, it's going direct. Mars just went direct. So, we're kind of having the feeling like, okay, let's go. Yes, it's a second lockdown, but honestly, I've learned a lot from the last one, and I know how to do things better now. Now, I do have to say, Venus is coming in Scorpio by the end of this week, but it's with the Sun in Sagittarius, so we'll talk about that in just a second. The first thing I need to do is, Mars went direct, and honestly, right now we've been reflecting on, how to act, what not to do, what to do, and so with this new one in Scorpio, we kind of had this all new energy to go for it, to go and to take on the challenges and the transformation. And it is a week to start doing again, to go forward. But where we're going to have to apply that energy is in relationships. Venus is squaring Saturn the whole week, and it's not comfortable. It's actually pretty fucking intense. And it is an important one because it's the last quarter square, which means it's closing up, right? What is it closing up in? Your responsibilities in your relationships. And Venus is in Libra and Saturn is in Capricorn, and they're both dignified in that sense. So it is really the ultimate test for your relationships. Now, it will be the last time it squares Saturn in Capricorn for 29 to 30 years, something like that. So this is huge. This is your last final call. This is like the gates are closing, and it is about, okay, well, in your relationships, we're going to test your integrity. We're going to test your responsibilities. And oh boy, is that going to happen this week. We got Mercury opposing Uranus. Mercury's in Scorpio. And it's the third time it's going to oppose Uranus, and it is the truth. It is, revelations. It is insights. And so, you might be all Scorpio and being super intimate with your partner and like being in bed and, just like, oh my God, I'm having this climax of an orgasm here. And all of a sudden she shouts a different name. And you're like, fuck. It doesn't necessarily have to take that tour, but, it will be those things that are shocking. It will be those revelations where you're like, shit, I thought he was a real friend here. But it appears this is not the person that I'm going to marry. It appears that I'm going to be a dad. You will be a dad. You will be a mom. So it will be, stay tuned, as they say, But what is happening here is we really need to see and understand, is this truly the person that I'm going to commit to for these next 30 years? And that will support me in my highest self, and that I can help to grow and evolve and really go places in this world together with. This is about strong allies, strong connections, that we are being tested in. And, if you think about it, with these hard, challenging times, don't you want a person that just understands you and can give you, what you need, and not always what you want? It's not really what it's about. Can it give you what you need to grow? Can it give you to nurture? It's not always about nurturing with Capricorn. I think if there's one thing that lacks, it's that. But it's definitely a person that you can trust on, that stood to the tests of time. And that's what this is about. And then, Venus comes into Scorpio. So shit is about to get intense. Transformation begins. So there's work to do here in relationships. Big time. This is ultimate vulnerability, openness, and courage. You're being tested here, big time. But then, the sun comes in Sagittarius. So that's why I'm saying, do your work, listen openly, and support each other. Even if the other person hurts you so bad, you can get through this, right? Or you're going to have to make the decision to fuck off. But then sun comes in Sagittarius on Sunday, and it would square over to the moon in Pisces, the first quarter square. So this is like, oh my God, you know what? It's actually not that bad. What a beautiful world. Oh my God, I know now what is true. And we're going to see a lot of people preaching the truth and having a solution for this whole pandemic, and having a solution for this all, we're having a vaccine that's going to save the planet. Oh my God. Thank you, God. You have done it again. Thank you so much, government. You have done it again. I have to keep putting my energy and my power to you. Here you are, my Lord. And it's just like, are you freaking serious? We have to pay attention to get to see things too beautiful here. And if there's anything that astrology is saying, Mercury in conjunct Mars. Whatever is being said is not what is being done. We have to make some adjustments here in terms of communicating our truth. And it's definitely not how we are doing and proceeding. We're not walking the talk here. And Venus is in Scorpio. So more manipulation, more games of the patriarchy. Trying to hold on. It's like, fuck. But, from a positive note, do enjoy the beautiness. Sun in Sagittarius is like, let's go. Wow. And that's that part where, you're like, if you've never run a marathon and you all of a sudden think, I'm going to run a freaking marathon and I can do it. But you not run even, you even ran freaking 5 kilometers. So now you believe you can do this. And that's the whole thing about belief, right? It's just like you can make it happen. And maybe you might end at that 42nd kilometer all dead, but you made it. And you've pushed your limits so far, and now you've established a new normal. And that's what that does. That's the beauty of that Sagittarian quality, and especially with square over to moon in Pisces. But what that truly on a deep, deep level wants to say is that there's some soul needed in that belief. There's a part where we're not, we're just believing for believing, and we're not letting the infinite part of ourselves being integrated into our finite selves. And that is what that deep soul searching is really about. And that's what that openness, that romantic, that compassion, that awareness is about. Neutrality is about. To expand our right brain really in the openness, to see far beyond what this belief that we made. A belief is just, an opinion, in the sense that it is a mixture of opinions made into what life really is about, philosophy. And the philosophy is missing your soul. It's missing, it has naivete, but it needs surrender and faith. Not from a dogmatic point of view, but from a spiritual, taking responsibility and believing in a higher power, not to give your power away, but that you are that power. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. And then I think this can be super beautiful. Okay, pay attention for what is going on behind the scenes on a global stage. That's my warning. And then also pay attention to, if you find out all those things and she shouted the name of someone else and like, oh, it's all good, it's all fine, I don't think it's anything, and you just don't talk, you don't take the courage to have that conversation, and then you're like, oh, it's all good, we're fine. 29 years you have until you're going to have to do it again. Anyway, wishing you so much love, so much luck, and may you act from the soul. Be well. See you next week. Bye-bye.